Central bankers are like pyromaniac firefighters, creating crisis after crisis that they then try to solve themselves, Daniel Kaye said. Who is Daniel Kaye, you might be wondering? He is the chief economist at Trezis SV and a fund manager at Ariza International Opportunities. During a recent interview with Business Insider, he shared some interesting insights into how we can point to the blame of the 2008 financial crisis to central bankers for not understanding monetary financial markets. He then went on to make a good case as to how they are using tools from the 1960s to try and solve today's problems. Central banks significantly lowered interest rates prior to the 2008 subprime mortgage crash, which encouraged people to invest in assets that were considered safe, like housing. It also enabled banks to offer cheap loans and effectively encouraged the housing bubble to grow and eventually burst. He stated, quote, "Central bankers presented themselves as a solution to the problem that they created themselves. I call it the pyromaniac firefighter," he said. Quote, "You create a massive fire and you present yourself to stop it," end quote. Kaye believes that part of the problem is that central bankers are using tools to create simpler economies of the past and unsuitable for complex modern financial markets. The Spanish economist, who was named among the 20 most influential economists in 2016 by Richtopia, has worked with 3 central bank presidents and said they actually believe in the policies put forward. The main problem is that they don't fully understand how large financial markets work and the side effects of their own policies. Kaye believes that central banks are currently repeating the same mistake that led to the last crisis, creating the next bubble through the ongoing purchase of debt, now at about $20 trillion and counting. That has pushed up the prices of bonds, inflated the value of financial assets, and injected excess money into the economy. Quote, "There is a point where the perception of value for investors starts to crack. The problem of these policies is that we completely obliterate what money is. By making money completely worthless, you basically promote malinvestment and indebtedness." The International Monetary Fund warned in April that global debt has reached a record high of $164 trillion, or 225% of GDP. IMF Managing Director Christine Lagarde referred to the mounting debt pile as, quote, "clouds accumulating on the horizon." Kaye warned that the huge debt pile could result in economic stagnation or at worst a crisis worse than 2008. That's because sovereign debt is a much larger percentage of the economy than housing. Lastly, he noted, quote, "I think central bankers genuinely believe the bubbles created in financial markets are some sort of benign collateral damage," adding that the policies haven't been a lottery for investors but have pushed the rest of the population further into debt that majority of people can't afford to repay. If you found this informative, give it a thumbs up, click the share button, and don't forget to subscribe.